Hi, I'm Diana. Today we are talking about wearing clothes in unconventional ways. And I'm going to do this through using these 3 items that I picked up. I just happened to be out shopping this past weekend and I kept running into these tubes of fabric. And of course, you think about them as like a skirt or a tube top or whatever. But I just thought, what can I do with them? And this might be a good example of using clothes in ways you didn't think of before. Of course, you can do this with any type of clothes. I just thought it'd be fun to do 3 tubes. So, what do you think? Let's see what we can do with them and how many different ways we can style them. I don't know. Sometimes we just have fun. So, let's talk about what these 3 tubes are. Let me show you really quick what I found. There's this little tube, which I'm fairly sure is mostly a tank top. It seems to have a little bit of extra room in the front. I found a much longer tube, and this could be used in a couple of different ways. I'm excited to think about that. And I also found this medium tube of fabric, which is black and knitted. And it doesn't have as much stretch back as those maroon ones, but I don't know. Let's just see what we can do with this. I guess I'm going to start out with wearing one of them in the standard way that you would think of, and then we're going to mess with it. Here's how I think the longer red tube is meant to be worn, but I'm not sure. It could just be a skirt because there seems to be a little bit of extra give around here, which I don't mind. This is a little bare for me. I'm going to add this belt and see what I can layer on top of this to make it workable for me. Some people might go out in this outfit just as it is, and that's good for them. Now we're going to throw on this velvet cover-up. This is already so much better. I really like this. I'm not really a mini skirt wearer, but I kind of like that these are the same length. It kind of took away the curviness of this, which I like because there's enough going on here. There's a lot of legs going on. And now we're going to just add a tube. Why not? Now we're going to pull out this black tube, which is sort of a medium length tube, but I think this could work well as a cowl neck. Okay, so I think this does make a nice little cowl neck here. This is cute. I feel like I would actually love some black trousers under this. So I found not trousers, but I found these kind of wide leg little pants. Now, I don't think this is working anymore, but how can we make it work? That's the fun part about this. Let's take this cover up off really quick. So I've kind of crunched up my red dress here. Now, that's an outfit I've never worn before. That's not something I've ever done. But I think it's really cute for a dramatic evening look. If you wear hoods, solo hoods, I've never done it. But why not? Why wouldn't you? Well, there's a 2-tube look. Let's try for another 2-tube look and see what happens. Okay, I've picked the 2 red tubes. I picked the small tube top and I picked the longer tube as a skirt. I'm not usually a midriff bearing kind of gal at this point in my life, but I don't mind when just a little sliver shows when I move. And that is okay with me. Now, I still feel pretty bare, so you know what one needs to do. Okay, I've got 2 different scarves here. I've got this little red and blue one, and I've got this pink one. Let's do the pink. I don't know. Let's just see it. Very cute, still very bare. And this is the part where I would add a jacket over it. And for this one, I have 2 different jackets I could try that I think will be interesting. The first one is my pink trench coat. This will cover up a lot. So I hope what I'm showing you here is that you can pick relatively bare or young items and just keep layering them. Use them in different ways that you never thought of before. So here's my pink and burgundy look. I like it. I probably would put my belt back on. Let's try it with the other scarf. Here we've got the little blue and red one. And I think this is going to call for the other jacket. I picked up this tapestry looking jacket as well. I think I would button this. I don't know about this scarf, but I like where this is going. This doesn't match at all, but it's a trusty black scarf of mine that I can wear with a lot of things. And here we have a relatively conservative outfit out of 2 tubes. I'd probably tie it and let it hang down the back like that. I might even leave this open so it's less conservative. Maybe one of these comes around the front. I really like how this tapestry jacket and this scarf came together. I know this video isn't about that, but I really do like how they came together, and I like these tubes as a fitted midi dress. I think I want to use the black tube in a new way right now. Okay, this is what we're starting with. We're starting with the black tube as a skirt, and we're keeping this tube top on. You'd have to be careful about using this as a skirt because I can tell that it's not meant to be. There's nothing up here that's going to keep it up. So I would definitely wear something longer over it. But in a pinch, like suppose you were on vacation and you had this item with you, you could use it as a skirt, a top, a cowl neck, a hood. I like that. So I like when items are like double use. But you must beware when using things as they're not intended. There are some things that don't work out, and that is that this skirt's not going to stay up all night. These are good base items for what I'm going to do, which I'm going to throw this large cut up t-shirt over. And this is just something that I did a long time ago. I bought this extra large t-shirt and I cut off the arms and I let it go really low here. And of course you have to wear something under it, a tank top or a decorative bra. But I like that look in the summer. And you could get away with this on vacation. I think it's cute. This is the point where I would bring out this red and blue scarf to add a little bit of color. And both of these tubes are necessary in this outfit. I need some coverage here and I needed a skirt. And that's just my 2 little tubes. If you wanted more coverage here, you could keep that long skirt on, which I thought was super pretty. I can feel this already sneaking down on me. I think if I were going to wear this as a skirt, I'd probably put a belt on it and then fold it on top of the belt so that it stayed up. If I were going to choose one of these scarves that's already out, I think I probably would go with this black scarf again. Sometimes I just like it to drape down the back like that. So that's fun. Maybe let's look for some other way to wear these. Maybe even all 3 at once. I don't really know how that would work, but let's try. Okay, so I've gone back to the long red one as a skirt, still wearing the tube top underneath here for some coverage. And I'm much more comfortable in this because I know this skirt is actually meant to stay up. I really do think it's a skirt and not a tube dress, but it totally works in a pinch. And when I bring this black tube back out, I think there's really only one thing left to do. And I think it would look good as a hood type thing. I think this is a cool look. I think that if I added the right footwear to this, it's very interesting. Like I said, I actually don't know. I don't think I've ever worn a hood as an accessory, but why can't you? I think this just might be some casual sneaker kind of weekend fun outfit. Going out to some event where there's people walking around, food trucks kind of thing. Or maybe that's an LA thing. Do people do that everywhere? I do think that this is fun and kind of trendy, young looking. Now, I hesitate to say whether something is young or old looking, but I think most of us agree that there are some items that are younger looking and some that are older looking. It doesn't mean that when you're older, you can't wear the younger look, or if you're younger, you can't wear the older look. But there is definitely something to younger and older that, can we just admit it, please? Whenever I've got an outfit on that requires a chunky bracelet, you know I like to put on my motorcycle looking bracelet. And I think that looks pretty good. I like it. If you didn't like how heavy looking this t-shirt is, and I do, because it makes me feel comfortable, like I don't have to think about what my butt looks like ever. But if you didn't like how big it is, you always could give it a little tie or a little hair tie right here, and then pop it under like that. But I think that's kind of fun. And my head is pretty warm too, if that matters to you. All I'm trying to say here is that sometimes you don't have to wear things the way that they came out. Like when you look at an item of clothing, think, can I wear that any other way? Can I combine that with something surprising? Can I wear that on a different part of my body? This is all part of being more playful with clothes, which I think is really important, especially as you get older, because I think we lose a lot of our playfulness and we start to worry too much about elegance and class. And those things actually, they only matter in certain situations. In most of our life, fun matters more than anything. And that's what's going to bring you the most joy. You know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try a turban. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to see if I can bring it back down. I don't know. I can tuck it in, is what I can do. I like that too. And I didn't even think about that until right now. That wasn't on my mind of a way I could wear this. But I'm always looking for a way to tie up my hair in the summertime when it's hot or windy. And I think that is a nice, useful item to have. I think that if I were traveling, these tubes could come in handy in a multitude of ways, as you have seen. Get out there and try something new, just for fun. There doesn't have to be any other reason than fun.